Because, you know, we are into now the latter part of it, and anything could happen at this point.
Yeah, and I do hope for the Pirates' sake that they don't undo the good that was done with that 8-1, because you know, they didn't quite put it off in that last one. Ericsson was a tough first corner from Charlie J. They really pushed him very wide indeed, and he wasn't able to get amongst the points.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking, looking at this Belle Vue side. We started the night by saying what a terrible year they had last year. Crump's back. Obviously, Jada is flying. Joe Screen is always constant. If they get the others, the new guys, up to speed, box or back, they could be a potent force.
Yeah, and that's why I pointed out Billy Forsberg at the top of the show, because he's a rider with a lot of potential, and certainly he's a rider that if he comes good, that will enhance the chances for the Aces this year. But
for heat number 10, thanks Jonathan. Yes, as we look across the gate positions then, with Billy Forsberg going off the inside in the blue helmet colour, 4 points so far for him. Karel Zavik goes off gate 2 in yellow for Poole. Jason Crump, double world champion, gate 3 red, unbeaten so far for the Aces against his former club. And Davey Watt on a fresh speedway bike here after hitting problems last time out, coming to grief. He's on a new machine this time. Heat number 10 it is, and Poole really do need to start just chipping away at that lead. They relied on the 8-1 tactical move in heat number 8. Remember, 3 points for a win, 2 for second, 1 for third, and nothing for finishing last. That's the way it works in Speedway. Red and blue helmet colours Belle Vue, green and yellow for the Poole Pirates. And Belle Vue struggled last year, as we mentioned. Renewed optimism this season for 2008, a big year for Belle Vue Speedway. They celebrate 80 years. They even ran throughout the war over at Hyde Road. And here is heat number 10. Can Crump out-trap his fellow Australian Davey Watt? He can, and going down there is Karel Zavik in the early stages. I wonder if the red lights will come up. They don't. The referee, Peter Clark, is happy for the race to continue. And this is another blow for the Poole Pirates, as the lead is with Jason Crump. Second is Davey Watt. Third in the blue helmet colour, Billy Forsberg, and this would make it a 7-point difference with 5 races to go. And that man, Jason Crump, looking unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, he looks electric tonight. He came off gate 3, I think, there, and made a fantastic start. I think the problem is with gate 4, it's so good early on. As the meeting goes on, he's making a good jump, but then where people are turning to go into the corner, you find you run out of a slick bit. But Davey Watt's not giving up here. He's having a good go. He's staying with Gumpy, and here's another 4-2 for Belle Vue, and it's going to stretch the lead even more.
Well, it's the early stages of the season. These boys certainly clock up the air miles. A lot of these lads will have been in Poland yesterday for Polish League action. They're riding in the British League tonight, and Jason Crump has just pulled off his latest victory. 3 out of 3, 9 points out of 9, and that's what they missed last year. Chris Morton there at the top right-hand corner of your screen, filling his programme in, with Neil Middleditch making his way across to the Poole Pirates side of the pits to have a chat with his riders. Chris Morton, by the way, fantastic rider in the 70s and the 80s and into the early 90s as well. Jason Crump celebrating victory there, and Billy Forsberg takes the applause of the fans as well. Here's the very latest situation then, as 35-28 the latest score, the race result. Crump the winner, Davey Watt was second, Billy Forsberg was third, Karel Zavik coming to grief, and that to the Aces, who lead by 35 points to 28.
Looking forward again to this season?
Yeah, I am. I mean, last year kind of never really got off the ground for me. I didn't do anything that I wanted to do, and you know, I hope this year back here at Belle Vue, and I think actually this track makes me a better rider, and hopefully that'll show in the Grand Prix.
Sure, you look pretty sharp out there tonight, unbeaten so far, but had the winter off this time around.
Yeah, well, as you know, I was a bit injured for a majority of the season last year, and the advice I took was rest and kind of get back into shape slowly, and I've managed to do that, and I'm feeling quite fit. And as you said, tonight so far has been pretty good, and hopefully I can keep it going.
Talking of tonight and talking about this team, I was just saying, you know, if everybody's firing, this is one heck of a team.
We're actually not a bad team, and we did pretty well at Swindon on Thursday of last week, and yeah, I mean, Poole had the 8-1, I think, in Heat 8, and that kind of makes it a bit tighter than what it really should be, but hopefully we can hold on and pull a few more points back. But you're right, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with our team. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, the backbone of the side with yourself, Charlie J, to Joe Screen, that matches up pretty much with any other side in the country. There were question marks about some of the youngsters, certainly the Polish riders, but Billy Forsberg, he's a rider who has qualities. If he comes good, You know, you've got four good guys there.
He's under 20 years old, Kelvin, you know, and he's going to take time to settle. He was here last year in a team that was out of its depth in the Elite League. He was getting kicked around, you know, in most meetings he went to, and you know, he just needs to get some confidence. He's riding with me. He's doing a pretty good job, and
sure,
you know, the same with the two young Polish guys. I mean, I think Lucas in particular has started to show what he can do. Michael's capable, and you know, Kaizak's come in from the Premier League and he's done pretty well. And you know, of course, he's replacing Steve Boxall, who was going even better than what Robert was before he got hurt.
Sure.
Well, thanks for coming in. Best of
Heat number 11 it is, 5 races to go, 7 points the difference, and Bjarne Pedersen goes off the inside in the green helmet for the Poole Pirates. Joe Screen, gate 2 in red for Belle Vue, unbeaten so far, 2 wins out of 2. Freddie Eriksson, gate 3 in yellow, and he's already had 5 rides, so he's been a busy boy tonight. Goes off gate 3, and Robert Cizak goes off the outside in the blue helmet colour. Well, looking forward to this one, and Poole really do need to chip away if at all possible. They need a big performance from Bjarne Pedersen, the Danish Grand Prix star. There he is in the inside grid in the green helmet colour. Heat number 11 it is. Can Poole peg the aces back? They've made a good start with Pedersen and Eriksson. They're on a 5-1. This is just what the doctor ordered as far as the Pirates are concerned. Joe Screen will try everything and go wide. Now the Pirates duo will try and team ride, and now Bjarne Pedersen realises that it is his teammate Freddie Eriksson who's with him. Eriksson in yellow, Pedersen in green. A 1-2 for the Pirates, and they now will have to work to keep out Joe Screen, who at the moment is struggling to make an impact.
It certainly is. I'm sure Midlaw will be jumping down the pitch for this one. I thought Bjarne made a fantastic start there, and Freddie Eriksson was coming around, and for a minute I didn't think Bjarne was going to look for him, but he just did at the last minute. Let him come around, and looks set fair for a 5-1 here. Screen, he can't make any ground at all on them.
Absolutely, and this is the first time that Freddie Eriksson has ridden this bike tonight. It's amazing, sometimes when you forced him to a switch, it works out well for you, as if by chance. And Eriksson, who is really providing some quality strength in depth for Poole, has pulled off a victory with Bjarne Pedersen second. That's a 5-1, and now, with 4 races to go, the Poole Pirates are within 3 points of Belle Vue. A close contest here. You would perhaps predict that the strength of Jason Crump and Charlie Jeter and Joe Screen might just see Belle Vue home, but it's too close to call, with Chris Morton and Neil Middleditch, the 2 team managers, looking at the race card, looking at the latest standings, and looking at their potential tactical moves. Freddie Eriksson is the winner. Bjarne Pedersen second, a big 5-1 for the Poole Pirates over Joe Screen of Belle Vue. And
I'm the quickest one out of the gate, but I get a good drive into the corner and get the speed with me on the outside, so...
is it actually a brand new bike, or is it just a bike you haven't ridden here tonight so far?
I haven't ridden here tonight. I've been riding it earlier this season, but had a bit of problem with engines sometimes during the year. It doesn't get the power I want, but works right around this circuit.
And this year, you said earlier on in an interview, you said that it's the best start to an Elite League season that you've had. What do you put that down to?
I don't know. After this season, I was quite not going to England anymore, what I expected, but Matt called me and I changed my mind, and I'm glad I did.
Sure, yeah, and it's always nice to be part of a strong side. It's got to give you a boost, surely.
Definitely.
Yep.
We got 14 tonight. Keep going.
Yeah, lovely.